Welcome back. I think I skipped the Sunday salvage sale video last week. Didn't get that much stuff, and I guess I took some of it home, some of it here, and put right in the stuff. I missed it. This week's a pretty little one. I did get one cool thing. People keep saying, oh, I should take one of these Sunday salvage sale bikes and do a video on it. I think that's what I'm going to do with this bike. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. It's a nice old Raleigh touring bike. It's got really clean, crisp Dior, like first generation Dior. The little blue stripy derailleurs, long cage, Dior down tube shifters, the turny cranks, which are like kind of like a 600 crank, that have like a little bit of the arabesque like patterny stuff. It's triple. 27-inch wheels with alloy wheels. They both have quick release skewers. They got like brand new armadillos on it. Someone said that they think that whoever donated this bike said that they paid $250 for a fancy tune-up like a few months before they donated it. So maybe it doesn't need that much stuff. So I feel we'll do like a start and finish going through this bike and put it up for sale. I originally grabbed it because I wanted the frame. It's a nice old Raleigh touring frame. It's the Raleigh 555 tubes. Yeah, so not 531, but you don't really want that for a touring bike. But 27-inch candy bosses, some rack mounts, sun-toured real forged dropouts, double eyelid in the front. I know I've done one of these in the past where I had Norther. I moved the candy bosses for 700C. I put lowrider mounts on. I did another set of bottle bosses and some extra rack tabs. And I got rid of maybe the top tube cable clamps, did split stops. Like I did all the modern things, respaced to 130, built it up with all newer or new parts, probably dynamo hub and a front rack and all that stuff. Got repowder coated like green. I think I went and found some, not the right Raleigh decals, but Raleigh decals on eBay. Put Raleigh decals on, head badge back on and stuff. I was kind of thinking maybe I'll do that to this too, but you know, it's actually in really good shape. I think they've been trying to sell it for weeks and weeks and weeks in their as-is pile for $250, and that's what the green tag was. I think I looked at it a couple times there, I was like, no, you guys are crazy. Maybe for a customer who wants to put another $500 into it, but for me, a bike fixer and flipper, no way. But it was finally the salvage sale. I still thought they want too much. They bring a lot of bikes down. They still want $150 for them there, but normally they're like $30, $40. Dumpster Dave originally found this bike. He snagged it before everybody else could, and then I pointed out it was way too big for him. And then he decided I could have it. He asked how much it was, and they said $30. I was like, yeah, dude, if it's $30 and you don't want it, I'll get it for sure. So I couldn't help myself, and my car was totally full of boxes and stuff. One of my dog park friends used to sell a lot on eBay and Etsy, and she hasn't in like 5 years. She just gave me cases and cases of small boxes because I still sell a lot on eBay. Follow my eBay. I got good stuff, and I usually have good deals. And if you make reasonable low ball offers, I'll usually take them. If you message me like, hey, I love your videos. I watch your videos. I like your Instagram. Blah blah blah. Could you possibly do this for 30% cheaper, 20% off, or whatever? I'll always go, yeah, of course, man. I love that you watch my videos. That's great. Most of it you've seen in my videos, and I got it from salvage. So unless it's something I actually have like real money into, I will usually give big discounts and not even care. Anybody who follows my stuff on there, I always send them 10 or 15 or 20% off links or $10 off or like whatever, trying to entice them to buy it. Never works. People always buy it at full price. Once in a while they make an offer and I'll take it. But when I send them offers, no one ever cares. They just want to watch it forever. So I was thinking about doing that, like parting this thing out. But what's Avocet black toe cages? I've never seen that before. Size large, interesting. Christophase straps, so I think let's clean this one up. But let's see what else weird stuff I got at the old salvage sales. Here's my little bag. Most of this is actually in the free box. Here's a Civia Bryant alloy chain guard. It's basically the same as the Bella Orange one. It's brand new in the bag with all the hardware. I have a VO one too. Planning on using on a future project soon. I never actually fit anything. Gary had his brand new calendars made like yesterday. He threw one in the free box and it got gunked and thrown stuff on and spilled stuff. It already looks 20 years old. I got a brand new BMX Bike Museum calendar. I guess all the people on his website like vote on which are the coolest bikes they want in. So he picks them and gets their pictures or has them take even nicer pictures and makes this calendar. He was complaining about this one second place one. The guy only had these really blurry pictures. Wouldn't send them the right ones in time. I said, whatever, it's what everybody wants to see, they voted on. He gets a blurry picture. He was a little sad about it the other day. So I got a new 2025 BMX calendar. I think he has these for sale on his website. He also gave me some sweet new koozies the other day. When I was at Northern Cycles, we did a logo almost exactly like this, which was great. BMX guy on the other side. But it's like 34 degrees in here. I'm going back and forth between being too hot, too cold, too hot, too cold, getting sweaty, being freezing, getting sweaty, being freezing. I got this out of the free box. It is some vintage Modolo bar tape that is just crumbling because it's from the 80s. But it's cool. It's in the box. Collector's item if you're into that weird carbon era Modolo stuff. No one cares. This has been kicking around there forever, but it was in the free box, so I grabbed it. Jet bike accessories. Long reach, single pivot, chrome brake calipers, levers for a flat bar. This is good for putting crappy brakes on crappy old cruisers that don't have any brakes. Maybe even kids' bikes or BMXs. Whatever, now I gotta shop again. Someone's gonna come in here and want them. There were some random hoods. They brought out a bin of old brake lever stuff that no one wanted. It's been there forever. And I grabbed a few random mismatched hoods. I don't know why. One set of Weiman brakes in here. The hoods are probably old and dry, but they look great. They're not scuffy. They still have the barrel adjusters on the top, which may or may not turn. They decided that all of these have been recalled, even though I think only one has, so I threw a whole bunch of these in the free box, or the scrap metal. I grabbed one. What else? What else? The free box, I got some more straps for pumps. Got a bin of those going. I don't know what this is. It's stuck on something. One of these little tools I never use and no one cares about. Some old man, like the metal pant leg cuffs. Keep your pants from going to your chain ring. I'll have these. People might want them. One brand new wrench in the bag. I don't know what it is. I had to grab it. It's not labeled. Oh, maybe it is. M5, it looks like an N5, that's high quality wrench. Whatevs. There was a bunch of good stuff in the free box. Oh, it's dumb brake levers in the way. I'll look over my free box. Well, I'll look at the brake levers first, I guess. Got one computer magnet. I like those stick on a wheel stand. Got a couple of these old universal levers. These ones have the original hoods, even though they're real gross. This one's got part of the original hood, but it's got the correct barrel adjusters. They're always missing. Some hardware no one cares about this stuff. Got some Mayfac levers. That's another universal. I got the barrel adjuster. Some Mayfac levers. I mostly avoided most of them. I used to hoard these. I used to high polish them. I used to use old stock hoods. Probably not going to do much of that anymore unless you guys want it. This one's a cool double pole for tandem. So it's got two brake cable holes, so you run two brakes on it. One set of these weird old Gidan or whatever Mayfac levers. The plastic is really cracked. There's definitely a steel or alloy core inside. So, are they both the same side? Yep, they're both the same side. But they got real nice new old stock bodies. This little aluminum pivot's nice. This stuff's nice. Oh, this one's a tandem as well. Wild. Mitch Pryor, who's my absolute hero of a frame builder, and taught me lots of stuff I know and made beautiful bikes and was really inspiring to me. He used to use old Mayfac tandem levers, and once in a while he'd put a third brake on a bike. So we'd have like a single front brake and then have a Mayfac raid hard mounted on the rear and another one on the inside of the stays. Fun stuff like that. Maybe it'll be some wing nutty, maybe it'll sit around forever. Maybe I'll sell on eBay for too cheap. Another old random Mayfac. Here's a weird Mayfac with like a composite body. They look new old stock. Mayfac, France. They look later, they don't kind of match the tandem one. The logoing and stuff. It's missing one of these things where I got a bunch of extras of these. Also, when I closed my old shop, I donated all of my Mayfac stuff to Bike Farm in the big case I had it in, this big like hardware drawer case. It's still there. I go pick stuff out once in a while. I should just go buy the whole thing. Here's the other really ugly universal lever no one's ever going to care about. Another Mayfac France tandem lever. Could make a 4x4 bike with 4 rim brakes. Or I could set up a mechanical disc and rim to do wing nutty stuff. This is the free box, free box, free box. A new old stock Mayfac top piece with new hardware. Grabbed a bunch of missing parts things. Here's a Shimano brake clamp. Got a couple of Shimanos, a couple of Sun Tours. They look real nice. Rarely used. They're all missing the nuts. The nuts are probably in the bin. Go back and dig. Found one clamp nut for some sort of clamp. Probably like a clamp on down tube shifter or something. Got one black old Modolo barrel adjuster. I got one of these a few weeks ago. So I have a pair. Some of these weird old Wyman, like external plasticky cups. Another Shimano clamp. And now I think we're basically to the free box. I got this Suntour shifters. It is missing one screw right here, and it's missing a clamp bolt. But here's a clamp bolt. These are the power ratchet ones. These are like the best. A little bit of cleaning and lubing, they'd be fine. I'm sure I have a dead one of these sitting around I can pull the screw out of. So they're worth 15 or 20 bucks. See, rare and rare, they're worth more and more. Out of the free box, I also grabbed just every tire lever ever. Now instead of being at the free box at their place, they can be in the free box here for random customers. Pro Patch and Unreadable, Dream Offa, Avners, Made in England's, just, you know, tire levers. This one's got this is cool. It's got 5 in it, maybe an 8 and a 10. It's a Ritchie. It's got common size multi-tools and a tire lever. I might throw that in my own bike. Oh, here's another Ritchie. One of these snap together at all. It's got maybe a 4 and something bigger than a 10. We got tire levers. The other day I found a seat. I had a customer who was all bummed out his bike was too expensive, but his frame repairs and needed more stuff. He needed a new seat post. Someone stuffed a 27.2 seat post into his 26.6 seat tube. So it was only down where the lug could expand. So it was at about that far. It was rusted, frozen in place, and it caused the seat caps to crack. You have to run your seat post below that minimum line. You need that in there to stiffen up that joint. As you're rocking back and forth and your seat stays will crack. And so my community seat post, and he was freaking out about it. So I found a 26.6 post, but I needed one of these style clamps, and I didn't have one. I always hoard these and realize I'm never going to use them, and then give them all away in a free box or something like an idiot. And then I needed one. So I gave him a different, nicer, way nicer 26.6 seat post I was bummed about. And so I saw a couple of these in the free box. I grabbed them. I need them once in a while. I need at least 2. Also an old Simplex, bottom bracket cable guide, some hinge pin for a trailer, 1-inch headset spacer, some fender part. There's a few random nuts in here and stuff. Oh, lots of stuff. There's a SRAM Apex front derailleur in the free bin. In super good shape. Guess that'll go home and get cleaned up. And there's these 2 bar end shifters in there, the Psychos. I think they're both rears. This one says 6FXY. I don't know. Is this some sort of ratchet or is that indexing? It's micro shift, I think, but like with no labels. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-speed black bar end shifter. Goes on a thummy pod. And also this one. So this is not compatible with Dura-Ace for derailleurs, which I think makes this 8-speed, because 8-speed Dura-Ace had a different cable pull. Bar and shifter, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kind of like a 7 and maybe an 8th click. Whatever, and it's crispy, feels good. Why would you throw away shifters? I don't know. Shifters are always $1 million when you need something specific. So, things for thee. So that's my super short video. Thanks for watching. And I'll start this rally project. I got so many projects. But hopefully soon. Maybe I'll bust it out this week for something fun to do. I have started on a bunch of frame building projects. If you're following my other videos, I started on this Raleigh. I'm Maybe gonna finish the fork today or tomorrow, hopefully. It's got a wood crack in it. I still need to figure out how I want to deal with it. There's a bunch of different ways that I could try. And I've been trying to align the dropouts, and like, I just can't not get the blade to move. I think I have to move the other blade. I'm trying to move this blade up. I think I have to move the other blade back because it won't move. And then I also am working on building myself a new frame. So last night I took this fork crown and brazed it onto this steer tube. So it's just silver. It's a little dirty because it's like flux and the flux water from heating it up. This fork crown was made for the steer to sit in, maybe brazed from the top. It felt a little loose even, but I put a lot of silver in. I think it'll be fine. I filed some slots in the bottom so I could feed the silver in from the bottom, so it's like a weird cap. And I started filing on the lugs a little bit. I realized I better braze it in the steer and hold it in the vise so I can file the lugs easier. I started smushing this crown a little bit. I feel like I've put a zillion crowns in that vise to hold them while I file them. I've never smushed it. This one got a little egg shape and I had to smush it back. It was a thing. I also decided I just got to start somewhere. So I started with this BB shell, a matching set of lugs, these little 4 points. And this BB shell, I'll make that crown pretty matchy. And so I mitered it to fit inside there so you can still fit your bottom bracket in there. And to miter all the tubes to fit the inside of the shape. And then added a bunch of silver in here and pulled it all the way around and through and came in here and saw it all pull through and added some more in there. Oh, there's a little gap. Once you get it all clean, you see a little gap, but there's silver all around it. I got enough silver in, I think just maybe pulled back through a little bit, not quite at those edges. I can see it in there, it's only about 1 millimeter deep. It's better than most production bikes ever. If I was crazy, I might reheat this thing and pull more silver through, but I think you're doing more damage with the heat than you are by having little gaps show. You can definitely see silver around them. It's definitely in there, and it's the deepest part of the lug. It does not matter. All this material is all brazed in there. Everything else is way thinner. So I'll clean these guys up. This lug set is a 73.5 degrees. It's a little bit aggressive. Cyclocross or race bike aggressive, almost track bike. I used to use 73 for race bikes and 74 for track. So it's very aggressive, so what I'm actually going to do is lean this thing back to 72 degrees, which means my top tube will not be level. To get my whole top tube and head tube are going to come back with it. So I have a slightly sloping top tube, but hopefully I'll have 72 degrees. Because I mean, my uprighty city bike with like cruiser bars and a big front basket for my dog and running errands and groceries and stuff. So we cut it up. I did a frame drawing the other day just to play with it. It's like mostly correct, but I thought of some things I want to change. So I might do a newer drawing. Because I got the slope going on, I don't need this thing to be insanely tall and even taller in the middle. So I'm going to lower, I think I have the seat tube at 58 centimeters, which I usually kind of like to ride. I might lower it to 56, 57, probably 56, a little clearance to get over. I'm still going to put my head tube up higher than normal. And I'm thinking about doing a lug extension. So I have this head lug. I'm thinking about adding some more head lug material on. I bought a head lug with a bunch of extension built in. Cut that off, braze it on top of here. Plus it's going to be threadless, so I might have a real tall threadless stem. And so I'm going to make myself an old man bike for riding in the city. And it'll be real cool and pretty and have these cool custom-y dropouts and lugs and stuff. I'm going to carve them up a little bit so you can be even more custom. I have these 200 millimeter head tubes. I'm not sure it's going to be tall enough. I'm going to hold it up there. I think if I lower my seat tube, it might be tall enough. But I might have to go spend, to get these any longer than 200 millimeters, it's like really expensive. I might have to go spend another 20 or 30 bucks and get a 250 mil one, or maybe buy a real long one to cut material out of. I don't look in those junk tubes there. It might even be a real long one. There's a bunch of these short ones, but maybe there's a real long one that I just think is a down tube or something. Nova CO head tube, 200 millimeters, 36 millimeters. So we shall see, and today I think I might work on this some more. I might see if I can get that top tube mitered, see if I can get that down tube mitered. Maybe even tack them into place and then put them on the old alignment table. I always start with the down tube into the bottom bracket shell, so that if I need to, I can face this bottom bracket shell, put it on my alignment table, and make sure this tube is straight. It's the backbone of your bike. If this is crooked, everything's crooked, it drives you nuts. So maybe I'll do that in a video. I don't know. And I got my Craftsman. I got some new old stock in the box Craftsman belt sander. I got it set up. I mostly only use this sometimes to clean the heads off bolts or cut things down. I use it sometimes for the stays, like the chain stays, to come in here at the angle I want and grind against that and make nice even angles so I can cap them or make them little spikes or whatever. Because doing that by hand is a real pain, getting my match is a real pain. It's one of the only times I really use power tools other than the drill press to put vent holes and stuff. Got it set up. I got my Speedway tubing bender set up. I have my Venner tubing bender still that I'm going to try and sell. Not my Fountain Speedway, which is the old one, which I like better. I need to hang some more hammers and files and clamps and things. So I got a little bit of stuff to do today. Maybe some more brazing. Maybe some designing, but like it's 35. It's already noon, so it's Sunday salvage sales early. So we got a couple hours to do it. So I'll see you later. And thanks for watching.